or?
No, everything was all walk-on.
So you say Dad's a Hawkeye fan now, or?
Yes.
Do you?
I'm sorry.
Last year you had a couple interceptions in that game. What did you take away from that performance?
Just we've watched the film from last year, and we had a lot of mistakes last year in that game that we need to correct and get ready for this year. Their offense poses a lot of challenges for our defense, especially with their quarterback and running back having the option to which one's going to get the ball and try and get up in there. We're really going to have to contain that ball.
How much would you say Austin Arnott's gotten better as a quarterback based on the film you have watched?
Oh, a lot. He's more he's more confident, more effective in what he's doing out there. He's making his reads really quickly. Just going back to their bowl game last year, he's hitting the receivers on stride, and he's looking good.
Was last year sort of a safety dream day against Iowa State? You guys had combined for 5 picks, I think.
Yeah, I think me and Tyler were just playing our defense. We happened to be in the right spots at the right time, and like Coach Parker says, if we can make plays for our defense, get turnovers, that's going to help our team win.
Do you guys? I think Austin on Monday mentioned that you guys did a little bit different rolling in that game.
Yeah, just like any other game, we each week we find different checks that we're going to have to play in order to stop teams and what they do. And just that game, me and Tyler were moving up and down and rotating, like I said.
What have you seen? What did you take out of their game Thursday night? It seemed like they passed a lot between the hash and the sideline.
Oh, they did. They're sort of similar to what they did last year, spreading it out, and they were. They were passing it, but the big thing you saw is they were really effective in their running game. Arnott had that big run that I think was called back, and then you obviously saw with the running back they had a couple big runs there.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys game when you say you game plan differently every week? Is there things that you look for in film that you think you can try? It sounds like that's what worked last year.
Yeah, it's it's what Coach Parker, Norm Parker, he sees and what they're posing as threats that we might have challenges with. So every week, we don't always run the same defense every week. We have to mix it up and be ready to adjust on what they do.
Now you know Austin a little bit, right, from Shrine Bowl days?
Yeah, it's really the only time I really knew him. I didn't play basketball with him. Same class, but the only time I really interacted with him was at the Shrine Bowl.
What does anything stand out? That's a long time ago now. It's 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. No, at the time he was a nice kid. He was fun. We had a lot of fun at the Shrine Bowl. It was nice to really play with the other kids around the state and that you really haven't known.
Is it at this point? Do you and Tyler? Do you guys know what each other's doing before each other does it? One of those types of deals, like you've been married for like 20 years, something like that.
To a point, we're not psychic.
Not twins.
No, but no, I think we've gotten to that point to where we have a comfort level of what we're doing out there together. It's because of all the practices we've had, all the film work we've sat together, and sort of we watch film together and we see what are we going to do on this play if they motion or if they shift or do whatever. So it's just a confidence between each other.
I know that you do most of the calls for this secondary.
At times it's a lot me and Tyler.
Is it both of you guys?
It is. Coach Parker, he puts safeties in the spot to line up the back seven, making sure we're in the right coverages and we're not blowing an assignment.
Is there a difference between free safety and strong safety anymore? Because you guys are both too deep.
Yeah, it just depends. Depends on the defense we're playing. If we're in our base, Tyler, he's more run support. He's up closer to the ball, and I'm more back. But like you said, if you play cover two, it's you're on the same level, playing the same position.
That's not very much. I mean, you guys mostly aren't in cover two anymore.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yep.
Feels like. Is it a true cover two, or are there quarters still in there? I know you guys do this. I know you're not supposed to talk too much about it, but
it just depends basically what the offense our opponents come out in and what they show us and what our, like I said again, like our weekly checks of what we need to do to adjust to their offenses.
So how cerebral is your position?
It's a lot of mental. Like I'm sure some of you guys know. It's you really have to know what the offenses can do, what they can motion, the types of routes they can run, and based off of that, be aware of our game plan and what we're going to do specifically to each formation or play.
How have you progressed since? I remember the first start you had was 2007, Penn State.
Yes.
I don't know if you started that game, but you came in, right?
Penn State was my first start.
You were running around a little bit that game, if I remember right. Everybody was. It was a tough game for everybody. How would you chart your progression since then?
It's as any young player coming into the Big Ten, you're gonna have those opportunities, learning moments, and I think every year, every game, it's sort of a progression that you obviously learn from your mistakes and you try not to repeat them. And every week I try to. You're always learning, no matter how experienced you are. I try to do that every game and every year.
Was there one moment in that game where you're like, nah, I'm not going to go through this ever again?
There really wasn't one exact moment. It was just, collectively, the speed's faster. You're playing against, pretty good receivers, and you just have to be really quick on your feet and know what the offenses can do.
Conversely, was there a moment where you're like, okay, I get this, I feel good?
Yeah, I think after that game, I realized what is necessary to play in the Big Ten, and the next week I think it was the Illinois game. I was fortunate enough to be in that position and make that play, and so I think from there on out it was just keep moving, keep progressing, and keep learning.
Why did